And we're live.
And I started with a cough. Sorry. Sorry, I was swimming in the water today, so I got a little water in my lungs. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Twitch.
We're
How you doing?
GrapeReason.
Yeah, we're playing video games, kind of.
Actually, we're reading patch notes.
We're GrapeReason, and we're reading patch notes today. So sorry, I forgot we were supposed to have celebration. There were supposed to be like popcorn poppers and streamers. There was supposed to be a clown. I hired a clown, but it was he came like 3 weeks ago when this was supposed to happen, and I forgot to reschedule.
It's 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Also, never celebrate too early. Never celebrate too. That's what happens. You start celebrating before the finish line, and the dude behind you just passes right by and wins first.
Yeah. Well, speaking of don't celebrate too early, I'm not hearing great things about this patch. I'm hearing some frustrations online.
Well, before we read the patch notes, go on. Like, what type of frustrations have you heard? I haven't heard anything.
So the main focus, one of their the reason that this was pushed back was connectivity, right?
Yes.
They wanted to make sure that players connected to their friends and had no problem partying up. And this was supposed to fix that PC players couldn't connect to their friends, and it in fact didn't. So there's a lot of PC players reporting that they're not getting to play with their friends still. So it's a little bit of it's kind of a little bit of a disappointment that I expected. There's always if there's like a hold up on the patch, right? It's got to be perfect when it comes out, and I knew that there was gonna be like probably one thing wrong, and that's the one thing I'm hearing about now. So if you're on PC, it's a bummer.
Was it included in the patch notes? I don't remember. We're about to go over it. So
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Because either they just took it out just to get this patch out, or who knows. All right, so raise arms, knights, as the first patch of Chivalry 2 is here. We're happy to announce that our first patch, 2.0.1, is released today, right now. It's out. 2.0.1 addresses some of the most impactful issues affecting Chivalry 2 at launch. Okay. So let's go over these patch notes.
Parties. Step 1, PC parties. Okay, they mentioned it in the patch notes. Fixed an issue with online presence not updating properly, which prevented players from joining and getting into games as a party. For example, if a player was invited to join a party, but it was already in one, you will receive a message stating player name is already in a party. We expect more improvements in the next update as well. So they kind of softballed it there. I'm thinking it's not completely fixed, and that's the issue people are getting into. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's just overblown and it's the vocal minority. Who knows? I don't play on PC right now, so
yeah. We'll have you played yet today on console? Have you played a game? You did.
I did play one game, and there was no bots. There was no bots in it.
Really?
I was over the moon, but it was a 32 versus 32, and there was only 15 people on each team. So
okay.
I seen a couple of reports of that because they restarted like every server.
Oh yeah.
So there's
they
some
had
issue with repopulating the servers.
Right.
And
all right.
I don't know.
Well, moving on. Fix an issue where parties dropped out after a match ended and were unintentionally sent back to the main menu. All right, so that's a simple little fix.
I've had that happen to me.
Yes.
You've had it happen to you?
Added a visual indicator that someone in a party cannot be invited to another party. All right, so just an indicator.
That's a weird thing.
Yep. PC. If you're in a match and accept a party invite on PC, you will now be sent to the main menu to join the party. Again, I don't know what was going on PC because we're on PS5.
Okay.
No.
Fixed an issue where party members was not brought into the game with the game leader when using the server browser. Don't have a server browser on console? We don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Accepting a party invite while in a game will no longer cover the disconnect prompt with the control screen. Okay, that's interesting.
So I never had this issue, but if I went into sleep mode with my PlayStation, if I went back into the game, I would have that control screen up. So it was like a little bit different with console, but it was there.
Gotcha. The queue timer will no longer continue to count down if ownership is transferred from the party leader after starting a matchmaking session. I guess that might be the thing where you don't see the queue going, but I picked it and I have to back out and keep going. I don't know.
No, this one, if ownership is transferred from the party leader, that sounds like
we don't have enough people to transfer party ownerships.
Yeah, that's true. All right. The party member icon will no longer disappear from the scoreboard after being in a party while loading another session from a prior one. What?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I don't know.
Set party voice playback to use the same device output as game audio. All right, so simple fix for PC again. Party members. What's that?
There's party audio. Remember we tried to use party voice when we were playing with Ponderella, and we couldn't. There was no voice. So I guess there is party voices now.
I think it's
there always was.
Yeah, for PC, I think.
Give us party voices.
I know console just gets crapped on.
Mm-hmm. Except when it comes to connecting to friends and playing together, you can do that and PC can't. So
true. All right, so last one I believe is party members will now see a voice indicator in the UI for themselves and other party members when speaking. All right, so like a simple icon.
I mean, that's like standard, but it's good. You know, now you can visually see that there's actual.
They had that in Mario 64. Come on.
Oh, remember Donkey Kong Country with the voice indicator?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right, down to performance.
Performance, yeah.
The Xbox
Series X. Oh, sorry. We didn't work this out. We're just doing this on the fly. You go ahead.
You do performance, and then I'll do the next 5 of combat.
Okay. The Xbox Series S will now play at the intended 60 frames per second. That's great. I would love. Wonderful. You're right. Like, well, no. What's the Series S? That's the small one. That's like the tiniest one, right?
I don't know. I think so.
There's the Series S, which is like lesser on the specs, and then there's the Series X, which is like the real one.
Yes,
you're
right.
Sorry, S owners, but yeah. I wish that this also had another line here that said PS5 performance mode would also be playing at 60 frames per second or higher. It's at 30 frames per second, which is also the issue where you play the PS4 game on the PS5 and it's 30 frames per second or like 27 frames per second. It's like variable.
Much worse, yeah.
Yeah. Fixed performance issues where players' corpses would negatively impact performance. Dude, is that why like maybe your game, like you get laggier as the game goes on because like there's bodies everywhere?
That could be it. It could also be what was it called? The Dark Woods? Or whatever.
Dark Woods. Yeah.
What's the word? Yeah, what is that one?
The Battle of Wardenglade.
The Dark Forest? The free for all? Not free for all, but the
I was talking about
Yeah, that's Wardenglade? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's Wardenglade.
So maybe that one like affects me with that, but I feel like this might be more of a last gen issue.
Yeah, probably. Improved overall performance during the Lion Spire banner stage. That's the one where you have to go up the bridge and you have to take out the banners. I didn't notice any performance issues there. So
neither did I. That's like the one that I don't get performance issues on.
Yeah. Fix some movement correction that happened while jumping. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Bravo.
Cool.
Combat and weapons. Throwable damage reduced and windups made slightly slower. So it's just a full out nerf to throw damage. And is it everything? Like weapons as well?
The Danax specifically does not lethal damage anymore.
Okay.
Like you can't it does like 80 damage instead of 90 damage to an archer, so you can't outright kill an archer with one. I think you could probably still headshot them, but I think they toned it down a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, sprint attack damage is reduced, especially for slashing type. All right, I mean
sprint attack damage is reduced for slashing type. What's the sprint attack again? Is that the
That's like the charge,
the stab, like the charge dash.
Yeah, when you're running. Yeah, the dash.
Oh, that makes sense though. If you're using a slashing weapon instead of a stabbing weapon, right? Like your sprint damage should be higher if you're doing like a spear charge than if you're just using like a rapier or like a what's it called? Falchion? Like a falchion.
Yeah.
Falchion.
Dude, all right, look at this next one. Sledgehammer made slightly faster. It did get a buff Remember I
the
was saying,
Sledgehammer buff.
dude, in
Hey,
our
listen to
last
us.
video, we
Hey, listen
said,
to the grapes.
yeah, listen to us, that the Sledgehammer needs a buff in some way.
Yeah, Taco, we're reading.
Hey,
Sorry, Taco.
Taco, we're reading the patch notes for 2.0.1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, there it is. We called it. It said even a slight. We said it needs a slight buff, so maybe that's it. Oh my god, shovel deals a little less damage now.
What?
What, dude? Am I reading?
Dude, the pickaxe is. Dude, are you like psychic? Because you said that in the video as well. You said the shovel. You said the shovel. We could see it getting nerfed a little bit more.
bro. I can't believe. Yeah, I'm. Whatever. Okay. Messer stab damage was also reduced.
Excellent.
That's
We're all
needed.
happy to see it. Everyone loves to see that. Messer nerf.
Indeed. Reduce players' ability to significantly backwards drag before a swing.
Okay. So this one,
Mm-hmm.
if you did it right, and especially if you're on mouse or you had like your turning sensitivity turned up all the way, you could do a full 360 because of this. So you would
That's
drag
insane.
backwards and then like Garen from League of Legends, you know? He
Yeah.
makes that sound. So this is fixing that. So you should only be able to do like a 180, I think. Like
Right.
it's something like that. I didn't try it out, but it's a good fix.
Okay.
Fixed an issue where the players visually sprinted sideways too much in third person. I have not noticed that,
Me neither.
but yeah, that's cool. Active riposte and counter durations now continue for remaining duration if attack is feinted transitions to a heavy attack. So that's really interesting. Like, it's a weird change because I already felt like it was pretty solid. So if you are, and I'm going over this in my video that I'm making now, that you can counter and then you can feint during that. So now if you're one of those people, one of those pro players,
Yeah.
you feint or transition, you can feint it or you can make it a heavy attack. And then that will, the duration will continue. Ooh, baby, this might be a nerf. I don't know. Because
it continues for remaining duration.
instead of refreshing, because I think that's what was happening. So you would feint and then you would continue to keep, it would start the duration over again because it counted it as a new swing. This might be a nerf to defense, and that would make sense because it was so powerful. What I've been doing is that
Okay.
yeah. We'll find out.
We will find
Fix
out.
attacking queuing issues, so players will now be able to more successfully initiate a follow-up, parry, attack, or dash. So I think this is so that you don't queue up your attack so early. You know how you get stuck in a I swung like 20 minutes ago and it just did that next attack. So you can more actively react to who you're fighting.
It also,
which is awesome.
It says the dash. Remember, I wonder if that fixes if you are too close to someone and then you dash and it doesn't register that hit because you were too close.
Maybe.
Possibly. I doubt
it. Kick, jab, and special cooldown is now refreshed when entering interrupted states. Okay, so if you go to jab and you get hit and interrupted, you can jab again real quick. Or you can kick. You don't have to wait. That's cool.
Okay. Fixed server movement corrections on dodging and jumping caused visual jittering to occur for players. So
server movement corrections. So that's that like hiccuping where you're like, oh, everyone's skipping around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all it is it'll probably try to smooth it out so that you're not noticing it, and then it'll just behind the scenes figure out was he hit, wasn't he hit. So it's probably gonna lead to more instances of perceived lag where you're like, oh, all the damage came in, or a super, Call of Duty does that where if the server timings are a certain number, and if you have a gun that shoots faster than that, then every 0.3 seconds it registers all the damage from those bullets that hit you. It's something like that. So
that makes sense. That's why I die so much in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Bandage kits no longer deal damage to teammates.
Hey! Sorry. Footman, very happy about that.
Yes.
Friendly archers are already better at this.
They're just trying to talk a good game for archers. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
No, friendly archers are better at dealing damage to teammates, is what they're saying. They're talking shit on archers.
Oh. Oh, then never mind. Disregard. I agree.
Yeah. They're talking stuff on the archers.
All right. Fix an issue where player could get stuck with fists and unable to attack after climbing a ladder. This actually happened to me, I think, only once.
Of course it happened to you, because every glitch has happened to you at least once.
Yeah, but I've heard of this one, but it never happened to me until just recently. So I don't know.
Interesting. Fixed an issue where initiating a combat action immediately after doing a voiceover line did not work. Get your taunts ready.
Okay.
Fixed. So wait, hold on. This might be the same thing. I've read about another weird bug that was happening. If you were, and this especially happened to crossbowmen, if you were a crossbowman, you killed someone, and then you shot them, and then you did a voice line like "sorry," and then reloaded, like you did it in between you would get kicked from the server immediately, like just kicked.
Oh. Okay.
So it could be that one. Fixed a bug with the great sword parry, where a player collision would not match their position when their parry was broken.
I'm sure that's
Okay.
stuff that I called BS on when I was fighting.
Yeah, sure. Temporarily disabled the one-handed spear to rework the animation sets and make it more readable, which is something we've been talking about and complaining about, is that the spear is just impossible to read.
One-handed spear. All you main one-handed spears out there probably quit the game and said, screw this. Worst patch ever.
There goes me getting one of the clips I needed, which is you attacking me with a one-handed spear to talk about how unreadable it is.
True. Yeah. Well, I guess we don't need it anymore.
Ooh. Added missing impact sounds and impact sparks. So more effects.
Yeah, which would be, it helps you realize that you're hit, hit the hitbox or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, a little bit more impact.
Yeah. All right, added a cooldown when using a kick into an attack. So when using a
can
kick,
you not kick and instantly attack? Is there a cooldown between the kick and the attack, or your next kick?
That's a good question. Adding a cooldown when using, I think it's doing another kick. Adding a cooldown when using a kick into attack. So kick into attack, there's a cooldown before you can do another kick into an attack.
That was my go-to for a while, was the kick, attack. They never expect it. It's like always pick and rock.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. Fix an issue where picking up damaged constructible would cause it to be invulnerable next time it was placed.
What? Dude, we could have been doing the best trolls ever. Just damage it, pick it up, put it down. No one gets by it. Oh my God, we got to go back in time. We got to go back in time and troll.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I know. No one did.
Oh my God. Well, someone did.
Someone did.
All right. Animation. Visually fix the player's feet not moving during a jump or when landing a jump.
Oh, thank God.
So yeah, I've noticed that.
Dude,
you land.
Dude, it looks so janky if you're in third person and you jump. It's just like you just flew.
Yeah, it was weird. Fix sprint turn animation not being in sync between client and third person.
Weird.
Okay, so
This is a weird thing.
that's probably when I was sprinting and I tried attacking people and I just randomly was in a weird position and like, how the hell did I get there?
Yeah.
It probably was this.
Fixed animation popping in first person, third person when canceling attack into another attack. I've never noticed that.
What does that even mean? Popping?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like you pop like a balloon? I don't know.
Fixed an animation break that occurred when attacking right after parry recover. Okay, so this is just it's just fixing animation. So
Yeah.
LOL, too late. Removed sliding that occurred when attacking while strafing forward in third person. I've noticed that. That looks weird. Fixed legs being stuck in idle while moving around and fighting. I have not noticed that.
I've noticed, I think a bot once did that. They were just running, or they were sliding. They were ice skating. Their legs were not moving.
I'm hoping one of these is when you're sitting on the siege tower as it's moving and your legs are moving, but you're not on the ground, and it's just like, oh, you're walking because you're moving. Like, I hope they fix that because that's annoying.
Could be.
Yeah, go for it.
Fixed animation freezes after getting hit during a heavy slash feint to jab with a shield. That is a mouthful.
It's so specific.
But let me say that one more time. Fixed animation freezes after getting hit during a heavy slash feint to jab with a shield. So you're holding a shield, you're doing a heavy slash feint to jab.
Fixed animation freezes after getting hit during a heavy slash feint to jab with a shield.
All right. Well,
So
that one's fixed.
Your animation doesn't freeze anymore. There you go.
Cool.
Fixed server physics for interrupts not playing animations.
I've noticed that. That's a little janky sometimes.
And fixed animation stutters with combo to alt feint.
I've never comboed to an alt feint, but I could see that being annoying.
What does that mean?
So if you click the left stick when you swing, you'll do an alternate swing, which is from the other side. So it'll look different. It's also if you're moving, I have it on alternate swing on movement. So if I move to the left, I'll swing from the right.
Yeah.
If I move to the right, I'll swing from the left. So if you feint it and then all you do when you feint it is switch to the other side, there's probably some kind of thing. Oh, okay, dude, the disconnect I talked about is sorry. I'm reading ahead while I'm talking.
No, go ahead.
No, the crossbow thing is in the next section.
Okay. You want to start that one?
Oh yeah. Crashes and disconnects. Fixed an Xbox crash that occurred when resuming from a suspended state while on the store menu, and when attempting to use save data from an Xbox One X console on an Xbox Series S console. Weird, but that's good. It's fixed. Fixed a PS4, PS5 crash that occurred when loading into the tutorial. Never seen it.
Nope.
Nope. Fixed a crash that could occur when dismounting a ladder. I'm sure it's happened. I just didn't connect it because I've gotten disconnects for weird stuff.
Maybe, yeah. I don't recall.
I fixed a crash during post-game screen transition. Happens to me all the time. Or you. Just like going to the next, you're like, oh, I'm at the menu.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And then here's the one I talked about earlier. Fixed issue where crossbowmen could get disconnected from server during regular gameplay. It didn't say exactly what it was, but it was doing it. If you shoot and then you don't re-knock and you do a taunt or an emote or something, and then you go to re-knock, it kicks you out of the game. It's like the weirdest thing. Anyway. Next one is all you.
All right. Customizations. Removed various exploits used to equip locked items. I think you experienced that at like either beta or right when the game came out, or something happened where we're like, I was able to do it.
I was able to get the level 80 armor. All you had to do, it was very easy. You just went and selected it. You had it on, but you couldn't buy it, and all you did was then change to like Mason to Agatha, and it would just put it on you. But it only put you on you for one game, and then it would notice it and then go back.
Oh, okay.
It was like barely worth doing.
Gotcha. Fixed hair not adjusting to the character's head sizes. I didn't notice this.
That's funny, me neither.
All right, I wish I did. All right, fixed white gray hair color not being able to be equipped. Malric's grandmother could not be more excited.
I'm very excited for this. I did check already. You can put grandma hair on grandma now. So granny, and they added new hair colors. They didn't even mention it, but there's additional gray hairs and stuff. So grandma and grandpa are now playable.
Oh my God, amazing. Absolutely. Grandma, grandpa, all day, all night. Fixed an issue where female heads would reset to male heads. Unbelievable. They should be sued for that. All right, maps is you.
Okay, maps. Added more tickets to the map fighting pits, so you can do what knights do best and die more.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. That was like, hey, we're in. I got 2 kills. It's over.
It's over. Fixed a visual issue with large doors in fighting pit not visually opening. I didn't even know they're supposed to open.
He's talking about the doors that were released.
When you walk out? Oh, maybe when you come out.
Yeah.
Like when you spawn.
Those are the only doors I know.
Removed center spawns from free-for-all tournament grounds for balancing purposes. Thank God. That is like so annoying. You're in the middle of the tournament grounds and you're on a spree, and then someone just appears and hops over the fence. You're like, what? Like, where did you do?
Yeah.
Like, how did you spawn here? This makes no sense. Fix an issue where players sometimes miss the initial spawn at the start of the match. Happens to me all the time.
Not at the start of the match, but there are times when I've missed, like the timer went down to 0, and then it just reset back to 12, and I'm not in a menu.
And then and you're not doing. It's happened to me too.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
We'll see. UNI. Fix server browser max player counts not displaying correctly. Okay, that's a PC thing again, server browser.
mm-hmm.
Fix issue where loadout screen weapon info doesn't update on class change. What?
Where loadout weapon info doesn't update on okay, well, whatever, it's fixed.
All right. Fix issue voice UI to indicate party member was talking. The speaking icon. So I believe this is, they're just saying it again.
It's just saying that it was missing. It
Yeah.
was supposed to be there, I guess.
Right. Fixed various flow issues surrounding parties, maintaining party status after a match ends, etc.
Okay,
All right.
good.
And fixed various missing localizations.
Probably for other countries, or like they just
Yeah.
have placeholder text or things like that. Weird. Audio. Thrown weapon impacts now use the proper sound sets. They'll sound a bit less like an 80s arcade fighter game. Ooh, ooh. So they were like really loud too. They were like tuned up, that the sound they make is just like it wasn't right.
Right.
Commander battle cries have been made louder. They've also had too much ale pre-battle. So I guess it's those guys that talk in the beginning that are like, the Agathons have always talked to us badly, like that. So
Could
cool. Party voice playback now uses the same. Did we already went over this?
be. Yeah, they're just repeating it.
Various audio sound effects mix refinements. Good, because they need some, because it was like the mix was really weird where some sounds are just so loud and other
Mhm.
ones are so quiet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the other changes. The miscellaneous category. Improved matchmaking for PlayStation users receiving matchmaking failed messages. I mean, it hasn't happened recently, but it has happened in the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fix an issue where teams sometimes started overly imbalanced after a map travel. The order will have to find some new way to come out on top.
So I know this one. The game would automatically place everyone on Agatha, and then overflow into the other team. What's the other team? I forget.
Mason
Masons,
order.
Yeah, and then it would put the rest of the people in Mason, and then it would be like, oh well, that we'll fill that with bots, and you're like, well, damn, that's not great.
Right. Made tweaks to class, global, and weapon XP requirements. All right,
They gotta be turned down, right? Like they can't be made.
Yeah, they don't say if it's just tweaks. So it could be a bit of both. Some could be higher, some could be
yeah.
Updated crown prices across regions. So again, could be good, could be bad.
Hopefully good. I mean, they want I feel like the crown prices were really expensive for other countries. Like how they were just like, it's $10 here, it's €10, it's 10 this. It's like, that's not the same money here. Like
True. Yeah, that's true.
Then there's a bunch of known issues here. Oh my
god.
Let's see.
We could probably go through this real quick.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to really discuss it.
Known issues: PC, Epic Game Store, friends, online status may not always be accurate. Parties made on PC that enter together in the same server browser will only have the party leader enter successfully. So these are issues that are continuing to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this party issue here on PC is probably what people are mad about, is that they're still having party issues on PC.
Right.
Cross-platform parties. Our team is working to pivot to review the possibility of providing this feature as quickly as possible. So I guess they're trying to move it up because they know how important it is for everyone to play with other people. That's like the whole reason you say cross-platform.
Yes, and I hope that pivot is, we really need to take some resources and focus on this as a priority.
Yeah.
Like move it up the list.
Yeah.
Console specific issues. Xbox One customizations weapons are loading in late. Let's say that might be
what. Yeah, you go to like change class,
Yeah.
and you're like, these things aren't here.
PlayStation. Asia regions using users with default controls, O button for enter and X button for back, makes most UI inaccessible. Swapping these so that the X is enter in your system settings is a workaround. All right.
That's rough for anyone who's in Asia, Japan. Every game is circle is yes, X is no, and so that's why the Switch is like that. Where the Switch is just like, you know what, I don't care. Like,
that's true.
Gameplay. Players may experience desync when falling off of pushable siege ramps. Ugh. Players may sometimes may not sprint from their initial spawn. Players during pushable objective stages may teleport briefly. Okay.
This is a weird song that's playing right now. Sounds like a bug is singing. You'll hear it when it's uploaded.
Okay.
All right. UI. Alt attack rebinds don't work specifically on tournament ground. Why is that so specific that it doesn't work on a specific map?
Right? That's so weird.
This is what I'm saying. Remember what I was saying? Like, is every map like a different server? Maybe this server, like, just is different than the rest, and it does not accept that rebind.
I mean, this is also PC only. Like, we can't rebind controls on consoles, which is a bummer.
True, it is a bummer. Yeah, and I don't think they didn't say anything about the what's one thing? Commending someone, changing the button to commend, because you're trying to dodge and all of a sudden, oh, I commended the guy. Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
I wish
there's nothing said about controls for consoles yet.
Yeah. Some players will have global rank 1 appear on the scoreboard despite their rank appearing properly in pause menu. We've seen that.
Seen that for sure.
Some keys can't be bound as expected. All right. Rebinding certain keys will make get up and special item binds appear to use controller binds.
So weird.
Very
so
weird.
weird. Customization. Archer secondary weapon skin does not apply to the skin in game. I've noticed that a lot of other classes, their secondary weapon, the skins don't apply. So specifically, Raider, the one with the Dane axes, I'll have one cool looking Dane axe and one like basic B Dane axe. So that's a bummer. Items available for purchase by default now show new item notifications. Okay. No one has ever been like, can I get some more new item notifications all over my UI?
Dude, I hate let's go back to Call of Duty. Remember when you had that green dot next to every single menu item?
Every single thing. And then it was like months before they added a clear all, and then it wouldn't clear all. Like, you're like,
oh my god,
what was the point of clear all? You're just trolling me here. And then like eventually it would clear all except for in one category, and you have to go in specifically and clear them all. You're like, oh, this is the worst.
So annoying.
So no, I don't want that.
Maps. Rudhelm. Was it Rudhelm or Rudehelm? I forget what they say.
The Siege of Rudhelm.
Rudhelm. Yeah, the Siege of Rudhelm. Tower ramps may launch players.
Cool. Let's do it.
That's awesome. I want to try that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dark Forest.
I imagine when they unfold, right?
That's what I'm thinking. At some point. Dark Forest respawn timers may not be accurate.
Okay.
Great. Well, it doesn't. I don't play that map anyway.
No, Dark Forest is the one that is good. That's the one where you push them.
Oh,
you get to the Duke or the Air. At the end. It's a Dark Forest. That one's a cool map.
Okay. No, that's where you burn the bridge. There's like all that rubbish on the bridge.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite maps.
I like that map. I do like that map. Gamepad. Gamepad players may battle cry despite selecting other emotes occasionally. Don't think I've ever experienced that.
The fact that they say gamepad means PC, I think.
Probably. And
I have a major issue with PC. I can't play PC Chivalry with my PS5 controller or my PS4 controller. And I don't own an Xbox controller. And I'm not about to buy one just to play Chivalry.
Right.
So,
rest is you.
Audio. Heartbeat audio can get in a state between matches where it persists. Yeah, that's the most annoying. You have to start your whole game over again because you just be like bump, 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 like forever, no matter what your health is. And visuals, DX12 VRS can cause visual artifacting on some maps. Tournament grounds. Oh, tournament grounds are favorite issue. And that's it. There's a bunch of stuff at the bottom here that they're talking about working on console, server browser, the PlayStation cross-generation parties, PS4 to PS5.
That would be nice just to have that.
Parties. Yeah, and PlayStation 5 players not receiving their special items. It's still ongoing.
Still
so if you
an
have
issue.
If you have the PS4 version of the game, which you should have if you have a PS5, just load that up and that'll give you the special edition items if you load the PS4 game. You don't have to play it.
So
just
it
load
should.
it up once.
Yes, it should.
It did for me. So
some people might still have an issue after that, but
yeah.
All right.
No specific time frame currently on the console server browser. There's significant risk involved in the cross-platform parties, the cross-generation parties, and it's very early. So a lot of smoke being blown up.
I think what's happening
stuff is coming.
is what they're trying to say, or from a programming perspective, is that if they implement this, they're going to have to change a lot of the core code to work with it. So they probably are having a hard time saying, how do we take this core code and put this feature into it without breaking that core code or having to rewrite the whole thing all over again from scratch?
Yeah.
Not from scratch, but back to the drawing board type thing.